If you're a fan of retro video games, we're glad you found us here at Retro Game Treasure. Founded in 2015, Retro Game Treasure is a monthly subscription service where you get real video games delivered right to your door. Inside our treasure chests, you'll get 3 to 5 retro video games every month. Every box is based around you and customized to your choices. Best of all, it is not a rental service. You get to keep all the games that we send you. Let's dive in and help explain how it works. Step 1. Select your plan and create your account. Step 2. Go to your game's preferences section of your account to get started. Step 3. Add your inventory. Here you can add all the games you already own. This way we can avoid duplicates and won't send you games you already have. Step 4. Managing your preferences. Here's where it gets fun. Click on Manage Preferences to access your game preference survey. Here you can tell us what level of collector you are, what genres and categories of games you like action, fighting games, racing, and more, your favorite types of themes like anime, fantasy, sci-fi, Pokemon, which consoles you want to receive games for, such as the NES, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and PlayStation. We carry games for over 20 different consoles, from the Atari all the way up to more modern ones. And in the bonus round, you can choose even more features like imports, mature games, light gun games, and more. You can even change all these settings from month to month to fine-tune your boxes or to just change it up. Whether you're starting or building your collection, Retro Game Treasure is a great way to expand your collection every month. Sign up and get started today at RetroGameTreasure.com.
Well, it's good to see you guys. Hang on a sec, we'll get started one moment. That's it. No more eating. No more eating. I'm a little pissed off, though. I'm a little upset with you guys because you don't appreciate that opening song. That was Brian May of Queen, you moron, and Daniel Pemberton of the Masters of the Universe soundtrack. I risked my copyright value for that. That's okay, though. It's a great song. Great album, by the way. If you like the kind of Flash Gordon CD music and shit, which I designed God of War to the Flash Gordon soundtrack, along with, what was the other one? Gladiator and the Mummy Returns soundtrack as well. So welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here for Gabbin and Games on Monday. I'm trying to do these at 5 o'clock, but I'll tell you in a minute, I got something going on tonight that I just could not, I had to do. I'm excited. Well, I'm kind of excited to do it. I'll tell you about it in a second, but welcome to the show. Obviously, that's our great sponsor, Retro Game Treasures. We have a new sponsor today as well, which is a very good blend of these two great products. I'll tell you about in just a little bit, but head on over there to Retro Game Treasure. The link is down below. Enter Jaffe 10. You get 10% off. We actually have a goal tonight. If we get 20 super chats at $5 or more before the end of the show, when I get back from where I'm going tonight, I will live stream. Do I have that up yet? I think I do. I will live stream. Let me show this to you real quick. I already got the thumbnail ready, but one of the games I got this month in the box from Retro Game, I got a lot of great games this month from these guys. And one of the ones I got was Tomb Raider 2, the original. And I played a little bit of it last night because I remember needing, I get used to the controls and whatnot. And here we go. Tiny Toxic in the chat. And who is it? K-Nubs going for the Pet Man. Yeah, that's from Madhouse on Friday night. I'll explain later. But anyway, so I'm playing Tomb Raider 2 last night, and I'm having this thought, which is not in all ways at all. but in some very meaningful ways, playing Tomb Raider 2 made me recognize what we've lost. And obviously there's quality of life improvements that are needed, there are graphic improvements that are needed. And I did play the Tomb Raider 1 update where you could switch the textures on and off, the new ones and the old ones, and they had the quality of life updates. And I noticed it then, which is like, man, how did we ever lose this stuff in games? I noticed it more in Tomb Raider 2. And I'll tell you, I find it a fascinating design discussion. So hopefully we will make our goal, and we'll be streaming that tonight when I get back. But there you go, Retro Game Treasures. Thank you for that. We'll be streaming that game, if not tonight, later in the week. But we're one super chat towards our goal. We appreciate it. Astro Zombies, one of our newest members, says Jaffe should be cast as out of shape ancient Kratos. Bitch, if I was in the Renaissance time, which I'm not, I would be very much in shape, sir. I would be very goddamn much in shape. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't think they're going to cast me in that We're going to talk about Kratos in just a second. Nobody's casting me in that goddamn show, which I don't blame them. I mean, I've talked my smack, as you know. That's what people don't understand. That's what people don't understand is that I was reading something. You know what it was? It was and I like Cliff Bleszinski a great deal. He had a really good podcast. Well, he has his own podcast out now, but he was on someone's podcast recently and he was talking about sort of his struggles and how he's kind of coming out the other side, which is great. And, but it came up like the idea of, you know, being a creative and criticizing other creatives. And I'm in a bit of I wouldn't say it's a dilemma, but a lot of people don't understand why I do what I do. And it's like, why would you know what it's, hey baby, oh my God, where'd you get those?
McDonald's, they're warm.
McDonald's?
They're warm.
Ooh, thanks baby.
Try it.
Try it on, I'm streaming. It's okay. Yeah, come on now. No, yes, no. Thank you though. Oh, it's good. My baby just brought me some McDonald's cookies. Oh, they're so good. Anyway, the point is, hello, Rocker Matt. The point is, that on one hand, he's right? You know, on one hand, it's like, I've done creative work. The God of War team at Santa Monica has done creative work. Why would you be such an asshole? It's not that I mean to be an asshole. No, that's not tech. I was talking to my daughter. It was that it's that I have a different audience I serve now, which is you guys. And so to me, I need to be able to respond honestly and genuinely with you when we're talking about video games that we all love. And that does sometimes, of course, run afoul of, you know, saying things about products that even friends of mine have worked on. Like I don't spend enough time with them to suggest Eric Williams and I are close or friends, but we're very friendly. And I'm a very big fan of his talents. I am an even bigger fan of him as a person. He is a good guy. And when I lay into how boring I thought Ragnarok was, which he directed, you know, I'm not trying to be a dick to him. I'm trying, you know, I compartmentalize these things. Although I have said many times that Ragnarok is great in so many ways. The level design is great. The combat's fun. It's kind of the overall scenario there. I mean, you are being an ass for no reason, says Carlos. Well, I can't, I just explained it, so you can do with that what you will. But what I'll say, good Sir Carlos, is Astro Zombies, who says I should play the out-of-weight Kratos. Well, I wanted to show you this. I wanted to share this with you. Our very good friend and longtime supporter of the show, JoJo D of Cincinnati fame, has started selling, and these things are going fast, kids, the Jaffe gabbinandgames action figure. Look at that. Who wouldn't want a little weird as fuck, realistic looking Jaffe sitting on their shelf? It's got a PlayStation that he never turns on. It's got an old fucking Blue Yeti mic there. Think about that. That's beautiful. That's goddamn beautiful is what that is. Maybe I'll send that to Lynx and see if she'll make it 3D print it for us. Then I'll get her to paint it and everything. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. If you actually served us, you'd have Pete Turtle on instead of Tech. Bless Tech, but Pete Turtle will take you higher. Yeah, I don't think so, Movie Maniac. Look, Pete Turtle, whenever I do call-ins, calls in whenever he wants to. I think he's just not used to, I think he's used to getting more, like his shtick might be wearing out a little bit because I put him on whenever he calls now. And he just kind of, is kind of like, I give him the mic, I give him the floor, and people are like, okay, you need new shit happening, Pete Turtle. Would love a roundtable pod with the OGs, you, Cliff Blazinski, Glenn Schofield, etc. I think that could be fun. Thank you for the super chat, China 1980. I've had Cliff on the show before. We did a really fun, I thought, deep dive into the first Gears of War. And I've never met Glenn, but now that he's retired, yeah, I think, a bunch of us old game developers sitting around talking about the old days and where games are. Yeah, I'll see if that's something we could put together. I think that could be fun. Absolutely. Ludo says Ragnarok is a really good game. Think of the super chat though, Sunlight. Ragnarok's a really good game and has really nice moments. I know. I'm absolutely not suggesting. I've never said it was poorly made ever. It just is poorly paced, and I think the story is, and the characters are not very good. But the game, other than the pacing, is really well done. God of War Ascension, says Real Bruh, has the best combat of all the God of Wars. I played God of War Ascension single player for the first time. About 3 years ago, streaming it, and it streamed great. I get great streaming here and everything, and I do want to go back and play it. I've never played Ascension, so I don't know the story or anything like that. So I know it kind of got, its time has come around again because the pendulum swings, and it kind of got nailed because people were just getting tired of the formula. But, okay. So anyway, but thank you, Jojo D, for that. Also, I want to thank Dark Shadowy Place. Now, I opened this up a couple of weeks ago. As you can tell, I open it like a fucking 5-year-old child, but there we are. He sent me this, and sort of the piece de resistance was a chocolate bar that had apparently psilocybin in it, which I would love, but they're not regulated, and he didn't know, and I didn't know, and it's best not to take drugs from the mail, even if it's, the heart's in the right place. But he sent me a lot of other stuff too, which I sure didn't appreciate. He sent me, I'm going to put this on the back wall. He sent me a little hand image of, I think this is like his avatar. There's a little duck there. Very cool. Very, very good too. Nice job, pal. Yeah. Painted this in June. Look at that. Look at that. I got that. Thank you so much, Dark Shadowy. I don't know why he sent me these, but I appreciate them. They'll have a nice home on the back wall. Little action figure of, I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who either one of these are. Maybe they're just kind of generic dudes, or maybe they have, I don't fucking know. Maybe they're from some manga or some shit, but they're very cool. They're going to live back there as well. And then he sent me, your wish is granted. And then he sent me a bunch of stickers. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it. All this stuff, I'm redoing the background, the set as it were, and all this stuff is going on the back wall there. Let's see. Hang on, he sent me some little stickers. Let me overthink this. Thank you for that one. Free food, count me in, you goddamn right. Little Stitch. Cute. Please, Peach, please. I have very little patience for stupidity, and the dude, what's his name? Michael from The Office. Thank you, Dark Shadowy Plays. Appreciate it very, very much. Very cool, you guys. Jaffe, why didn't you guys do live action trailers like God of War Ascension? I don't know. Probably, we did. Okay, so if you mean commercials, so I will tell you so we were sold some horse shit, really. Rocker Matt, I'm doing a show. I'll look at my Discord in a minute. You're so bossy. Jesus, you like Tech Protect. Relax, Rocker Matt. I'll get to it. But we got sold this load of horse shit for marketing for the God of War commercial. And the God of War commercial, the very first one was supposed to be, this Greek temple and Kratos and all the monsters were going to be projected on the side of it. But the temple was going to be real. So I remember going down to Universal. I think they shot at Universal or Warner Brothers. The directors were shooting the real part. It was like a big Greek temple and columns were collapsing and all that. But when they actually finished the commercial, you really could not tell what was going on. It was very confusing. Like you couldn't even really see Kratos superimposed. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yes, I love Rocker Matt. And Rocker Matt has been a very long time supporter of the show. We're big fans of Rocker Matt here, but relax. I'll get to it. I can only do one thing at a time. Let me see if this commercial is something we can find. I haven't seen it, but it was very underwhelming, as was the Twisted Metal Black commercial that they pitched me. It was a great idea. Then when we saw it, it's like, that doesn't really work. How you guys said, let's see, God of War 1 2005 TV commercial. Let's see. This might, yeah, this is it. Here you go. All right, let's take a quick look at this. You tell me. I was all I can tell you is it was raining the night they shot it, and me, Shannon, Tim Moss, and his girlfriend Joe Wright were stuck in traffic for like 3 hours getting back from Universal Studios where they shot it back to Sony Santa Monica. It was a fucking nightmare. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is what they shot, and I found quite disappointing, my friends.
Tell the God of War I am his no longer.
His is a journey fueled by rage and madness, for he seeks to bring down a god. God of War, rated M for mature.
It's okay, but for all the effort that took to shoot that commercial, you get the sense that the team, the marketing guys, not at Sony, but on the marketing side of Shy Day or whoever we hired, really were in on this. And you got the sense they really just wanted to fucking do the commercial. And it was like, guys, that wasn't worth it at all. What are your expectations? Thank you for the super chat, Ludo, on Gears of War E-Day, Jaffe. Looks really fun. I've only seen the trailer that was out. I don't know if there's a new one, is there? But the trailer that was out, when was it? I don't know, 3 months ago. The last thing they showed, I thought was really good. It looked really, really cool. But I haven't seen anything since. But no, I'm quite excited for that. K-Dubs drops a super chat. Sprawl Zero hopefully adds momentum to PS2 retro games. I feel like tons of gamers would be happy with 6th-gen graphics with modern quality of life improvements. What is Sprawl Zero? So Carlos, you liked it too? All right, maybe. Hey, marketing knows more than I do. Hey, it certainly sold. Sprawl Zero game. Let me see what this is. Tuning and repair shop. No, that's Spiral Zero. I want Sprawl. Here we go. Sprawl Zero on Steam. By the way, I may have played Sprawl Zero on Steam. I don't know on a stream. Let me check. Oh, I did. This game's great. Yeah, hang on a second. By the way, we are 16 super chats at $5 or more away from doing late night gaming when I get home. I'll tell you where I'm going to be tonight. And when I get home from that, we'll play some Tomb Raider 2, and we'll get into the design of it and talk about why I think we've actually lost some brilliant stuff that was in that game and those kinds of games. Yeah, no, this game is great, by the way. So Sprawl Zero, let me bring it up for you guys to see what he's talking about. Sprawl Zero hopefully adds momentum, says K-Nubs, to PS2 retro games. I feel like tons of gamers would be happy with 6th-gen graphics with modern quality of life improvements. Again, we're going to talk about this in just a second as it relates to something Shuhei said, but I agree. Now, what's really interesting about this to me is the number of people that are not playing the Fortnites, the Robloxes, like the Gen Alpha kids that came up and loved games like this, you may be right for that audience. And given that the other audience, like there's not a lot of new people coming in to the classic AAA kind of experience anymore. It's not like, you know, back in the heyday of the PS3 and 4 and 2. And so you could be right. You absolutely could be right. And I wouldn't mind that. You know, I wouldn't mind if a company put out a box that was like, look, we're not trying to compete, you know, with, I don't think it would work. You could just do it as a publisher, and put it on anyone else's box, I suppose, maybe, but sometimes it helps to have the concept of, oh, I bought this box for $150. And it's not the prettiest girl at the ball, but man, they have really fucking fun games if you just like gameplay. You know, something like that. But anyway, no, I think this game is really cool. There's a demo out right now on Steam, and they're having Cyberpunk Fest right now, by the way, if you didn't know. All right, let me go to my Discord to see what good Sir Rocker Matt is telling us he's got for us. Hang on one second. I'm sure it's cool. Is it the dioramas? Because you know I've been wanting those goddamn Oh, I just opened Steam. Steam looks too much like Discord's icon. Hang on. The Twisted Metal dioramas, man, if that's what you're sending or showing me, yeah, I'm with you 100%. Those things look fucking great, dude. All right, here we go. Rocker Matt, what's he sending? Game Industry Hardship Fund by Necrosoft in 100. All right, I'll look at that. I'll look at that for tomorrow. That's actually a story, Rocker Matt. It's headlined Game Industry Hardship Fund by Necrosoft Games and 109 others. That's great. That's great. You can buy 127 items for $10. I don't think it's a story so much as, okay, yeah. Check this out. Okay, I know what this is. This is actually pretty cool. Thank you for that, Rocker Matt. This is, here you go. Let me show it to you guys. All these games in a bundle for $10. And I guess that funds are distributed by United Video Game Workers. So the people who have kind of lost their jobs and been struggling with a lot of the layoffs and shit going on. This is a bundle that will go to those folks, which is wonderful. And yeah, how many fucking games is in this? 127 games. They've already raised $100,000 and there's 10 days left. So I'm sure they're going to make it. If you like the indies, yeah, Rocker Matt is setting you up to win. This is some good stuff. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very, very nice. Look at that. That's a lot of goddamn video games, fellas. KP Projection saying for the super chat says, why haven't you made a platformer starring a gator? Because my buddy Mike Arkin it was the publisher of Croc, and he's now the publisher, I think maybe even the developer of the Croc remasters, and I just don't want to compete. I don't want to compete with my pal. That's why. Okay. Yes, K Butler returns. That's totally true. The tattoo for Kratos was blue, and then we switched it to red at the very, 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 very last second when I was like, wait, what? I think it was Max who says, Jaffe, you know, that's like the Barbarian. But I had not played Diablo 2, and so I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. And he sent me a picture, and I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Is Madhouse back? You know, every now and then, maybe, but not as a regular show, just because it takes a lot of effort to do. We had a fun show Friday, I thought. That was a lot of fun. Okay. So I told you guys I went to the, this has been going on forever, and I'm a movie aficionado, and I did not know about this, but the Monday night mystery movies that a lot of the theaters do for $5, and it's a brand new movie, but you don't know what it is until you show up there. And tonight, me and Calvin are going to see another one, and it's a horror one. So we are both horror fans, and we're like, oh shit, this is great. And unfortunately, though, after I got tickets and we confirmed that we're going and everything, I'm almost certain what it is. Alexa, stop. I'm almost certain what this movie is. And now we're both like, I told Calvin, and he's like, well, we can always make fun of it, which is, Ice Cream Man from Eli Roth. It's not guaranteed, but it's like 95% sure. And I like horror. I like Eli Roth. I love gore and all that shit. My understanding is all of the reviewers today put their reviews up, and the studio got pissed and said, you have to take them down because the embargo lifts tonight. But anyone who got a glimpse of them are like, this movie is so bad and so stupid and so terrible. But that's where I am going tonight. Yes. So that's, I'm trying to get Gabbin and Games every day at 5:00, but tonight this kind of is kind of there. And, so that's why today we're starting at 3. Anyway, though, I'll give you a quick review when I get back, assuming it is Ice Cream Man, and I assume it's going to be terrible. But that can be fun. If not, maybe we'll sneak in and see Spider-Man again or the Odyssey or whatever. But anyway, the point is, yes, it is a remake, Rocker Matt. I thought it was a remake of Ice Cream Man, that 70s movie, but I'm coughing all of a sudden. But I don't know. I never even saw that movie. So anyway, yes, we are 16 super chats at $5 or more away from a second stream tonight. When we get home from the movie, I will be streaming Tomb Raider 2 on the PS2 from Retro Gaming Treasure. And I played it last night. There's some really interesting design discussions to be had. I'm looking forward to doing that. So hopefully we can get that goal met today. If not, we'll do it later in the week. But that's where I'll be. I wanted to show you this real quick. This is delightful. This is not a joke. I may actually buy this, as dumb as it looks, but I don't care because it's fucking awesome. Speaking of going to the motion picture show, check this. Can I make this bigger? God, the goddamn Instagram on the internet's shit. Okay, here we go. Watch this.
The Odyssey. I got it a different color. I got it in brown. All right, so let's go try this out. All right, and guess what? I'm gonna go see the Odyssey in standard. All you cinephiles, I'm committing a crime.
I got my water in my insulated pocket.
There's a jacket for going to the movies.
Bag of dried fruit, just to snack on. In the big old pocket in there. Large popcorn. Napkin pocket. Oh, I'm popcorn ready, y'all. Got my candy, got my drink. Look at this. I'm gonna go walk away. I am hands-free.
There's more.
Full of snacks, full of popcorn at the movie theater right now. This water is still cold, everyone. And I
It's
brought
an
it
insulated thing.
This is
in the
awesome.
pocket.
Oh my God. This jacket is probably the only way that I'm ever gonna see a movie again.
And there's
One added huge benefit. I lost my sunglasses and I went to go find it with this. I've also had my chocolate in my insulated pocket for about an hour. Definitely not melted and kind of cold.
And there's also a light or a
And I guess
little,
the Odyssey was pretty good too.
there's a place where
Even
you
in
can
standard
check your phone, which is really cool, where no one else can see it. I know this sounds stupid, but I'm super fucking in. I'm going to get one of these. Absolutely. Gabbin daily at 8:00 Eastern. I take my fiber and melatonin at 7. So I'll either be passed out, pooping my brains out, or both. Well, you know, K-Nubs, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I can't help you. I got to find the time that seems to work for everybody, including me. I'm not streaming my Instagram scrolling. This was sent to me by my ex-wife, and she says, you know what? I kind of think you would actually kind of like this. And at first I thought it was a joke. And then I'm like, oh shit, he sells these goddamn things. So no, it's a real deal. It's a real goddamn deal. Do I miss film projection in theaters? I honestly don't really, I don't really notice. Your phone does have a flashlight, but now you have 2. You know what? You guys you don't appreciate the, look, Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista's in talks to play Kratos in God of War. Now, I like this decision. You guys know, like, this is what I'm thinking. People are always like, oh, Jeff, you're so salty on Sony. No, I'm really not. I just call shit like I see it, which doesn't mean it's right. It's subjective. It's art. And the only thing I ever saw of the guy that was going to play Kratos, who was in the Odyssey and Sons of Anarchy, and he tore his bicep and he couldn't do the work anymore, was that one awful image that they released, which I thought for so many reasons just looked like junk. It looked like it was shot on a very obvious soundstage with a big styrofoam rock. I thought the kid looked stupid. No offense to the kid. I'm sure he's a nice kid, but it looked like he had all this weird gel in his hair. Like he was, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. And Kratos just didn't look threatening or big or scary. He's just kind of like, hey man, I'm in the woods, man. So he's gone. They're recasting the kid, and some other character. I don't know who that is. I'm sure you guys would know. Who are they recasting? It's let me go to this real quick. Yeah, there's look at all this fucking product in his fucking hair. I don't know what to tell you, folks. It's just, he does not look good. He looks like a cosplayer at, like, you know, Utah Comic-Con. And then this kid, I'm just like, I don't know what no. Whatever you're gonna say about him, no. He looks stupid. Look at The Rock. The Rock looks like something you would go in and buy at a fucking you know, like when you put model trains together and this is like, oh, look, there's moths. And I can use the glue to put the moss on the styrofoam rock. That's what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, the kid looks like a 90s kid. Mom, where's the Go-Gurt? But anyway, so, you know, at this point, they probably are just going to reshoot because they said they're going to keep this guy, but I don't know if they're going to keep him for the first season. Doesn't matter. The point is, though, and I've always said this, I've said, look, I think Ron Moore, who's the showrunner, is great, made some great television. So I have faith, but this is the first decision I've seen where I'm like, okay, that's a good call. That's a good call. Because out of all of these guys, you know, the Vin Diesels, the Rocks that have been kind of floated as, he could be Kratos. Batista, for whatever you think of the guy, is probably the best actor and the most ambitious actor. So he can bring a little bit of heft to the weight, but also still bring the physicality, you know? So I'm excited. Yeah, Mormon Con. I'm excited. We don't really know if it's a done deal. The role's being recast. We just talked about that. The God of War production paused immediately. A couple of weeks later, they made the decision to recast. Bautista's background as a decorated professional wrestler lets him step into the demanding role. He's coming off shooting a similar fantasy project, Highlander, which required him to bulk up. So there's that criticism that people said, oh, he lost a lot of weight and he lost his muscles. He got him back for Highlander. Batista's casting signals a possible different direction to the approach of Kratos, which has been the subject of intense online discord following the first look image released in February that we just talked about. Yeah. There you go. This would mark the second time series regular for Batista on the drama C. Let's see. I wonder, first look image, God of War. I was quoted somewhere in here saying it looks like he's taking a shit, which I enjoyed being quoted in you know, it's not Nikki Fink anymore, but in what is this goddamn thing? Deadline Hollywood. Let's see. God of War game creator mocks Prime Video's terrible first image. None of these characters look very interesting or appealing. It's true. It's true. I said, I'm sure everybody's trying real hard. It's so dumb. It's terrible. I'm not worried about the show, but I'm a little worried about what the fuck is this. I don't know. And I think they quoted me where I said, it looks like he's taking a shit in the woods. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, now they can recast the cube in Lao Fei. Hey, maybe a corner has been turned. Maybe somebody got fired at Santa Monica. Now everything's, maybe Corey's like, oh, thank God that person's gone. Now I can actually kind of, you know, do what I've been wanting to do forever. By the way, speaking of what I want to do forever is streaming. And one of the things we're going to be streaming this Friday at noon, California time, is the THQ Nordic Showcase. They have a bunch of games they're going to be showing. I actually have some early access to some of these games that I will be playing either that day or over the weekend. THQ is a very interesting, well, THQ Nordic is totally different. But THQ back in the day when I was at Sony ImageSoft a long time ago used to be kind of in competition with Sony ImageSoft for making the worst licensed games ever. Like any license, Sony ImageSoft would fight for it and THQ would fight for it. And a lot of times they weren't worth a damn. But obviously, THQ Nordic is a different company. They have the same logo-ish, and they've been putting out some really good stuff, not the least of which is Wreckfest 1, which we played a lot on this stream. I have Wreckfest 2 in early access already. I adore that. They just put out the game from the guys that did Little Nightmares, but the new one, and they have DLC coming for that. So this should be a lot of fun. This is coming up this Friday. Hopefully you'll tune in and watch with us. That's coming up on this Friday at noon. Okay. Someone asked earlier, says KP, but are you excited for Gears E-Day? Yeah, no, I answered it. I said, yeah. I haven't watched the multiplayer footage, no, but I have watched, the trailer they put out on the last big event. And I'm not a big Gears multiplayer guy. I'll play with it and try it. Reanimal's the game, yes. But I did think the single player stuff, which I'm more excited about. I definitely plan on playing that when it comes out. Good thing Sony ImageSoft is exactly the same. No, that's what I'm saying. God damn it. They're very different companies now. Sony ImageSoft doesn't exist. THQ as you knew them doesn't exist. K-Nubs, thank you for the super chat. So this is why Larry Ravnos disappeared. He was tired of people saying you look like homeless Kratos, so he's been getting shape and taking acting lessons. Hey, you have no idea. I've gotten about 6 casting agents reaching out to me and saying, hey, I represent this guy. Nobody you would know. I represent this guy. He'd be great for Kratos, blah, blah, blah. And I've written them all back, and I'm like, look, I have nothing to do with it, but you should reach out to PlayStation Productions. And I'm like, but somebody sent me an acting clip, and I said, can I show that on the stream? I think people would like to see that. And they were like, it's NDA'd. We can't really allow you to show it. I'm like, all right. So, but a lot of people were gunning for that role, understandably. Okay. Yeah. Beast of Reincarnation. We got a busy week coming up. We're going to talk about that. There's a lot of video games dropping this week. But before we get to that, I know you guys saw that there was a not insanely successful Spider-Man Brand New Day motion picture that came out and pretty much demolished almost every record financially you could find. People are loving the movie. I have my review up. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it as much as everybody else, but there was a lot to recommend. And so maybe what the people who were upset with Sony about them pulling away because the physical disc and all that stuff going away, maybe what they mean is they're going to start being mad at Sony after they see Spider-Man. Maybe because if they were so mad at Sony, I guess they still went to the movies. The point is, though, is this right here. PlayStation petition loses steam even as Sony doubles down on disc decision. I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound. I'm only bringing it up because people thought I was trying to be a dick. And I was always, if you go back at those videos that got a lot of people pissed at me, I was always going, I get you love your physical games, man. I get it. I love physical games now. I'm collecting them again because it wasn't intentional. It was starting with Retro Games Treasure. And I'm like, oh, I like this. I forgot how much I like this. But I was never laying into these guys. But they took it as such. But I was always making it clear. But anyway, the point is the signature in the not that it would matter about the signatures, but it took 6 days to get 250,000 signatures. That's not too bad. But then it took 24 days to get another 105. So there's not like I say to these people, there's not a lot of them out there. There's not a lot of them. I talked to JKB. I was on his show last Friday, K-Nubs, and he ultimately agreed. I mean, it's like, look, I'm not against the goddamn physical games. What, are you kidding me? But it's just, there's not enough of you to matter. It's the reason they don't sell, turpentine flavor ice cream at Baskin Robbins. Most people don't like it or don't give a shit about it. They'd rather just buy vanilla. Anyway, I bring that up because I want to show you another story about Shuhei. But Ludo, thank you for the super chat. Batista going to need to hop on steroid cycle again if he's going to play Kratos. Well, you would think so, but we actually just talked about that. Here you go, Highlander Bautista. So he just finished filming Highlander. And he, according to the story we just read, got super duper duper bulky for Highlander. I guess this is him. There you go. He's jacked, right? Here he is. I think he'll do fine. I think he'll do fine. He may or may not be able to get back to this, but he probably will. There's nothing that, steroids can't do, I assume. But I don't know if he's on steroids. I'm just saying, Yeah, Tiny Toxic says, turpentine, you goddamn right. Thank you for the super chat. We are 13 away from being able to do a late night gaming stream when I get home from the Ice Cream Man motion picture show. Where was the outcry when KFC stopped selling their barbecue hot and crispy wings? I don't know. You know what pissed me off? Because I like the taste of fried chicken, but it grosses me out. I was just kind of like, apparently the Impossible chicken that they sold was great. People really liked it. And I'm like, why'd y'all stop selling it? I don't fucking know. V8 Warrior says Dan Hauser thinks consumers should have a choice if there's enough demand for physical, and he's not wrong. Yeah, I agree. If there's what a great way to say absolutely nothing. Yes, if there's enough demand for physical, they should have a choice. Yeah. And they would have a choice. But they're not enough demand, man. Anyway, Dave Batista, folks. Dave Batista, thanks for stopping by. And this is another thing that I got. It's an interesting point. Is the late night gaming stream strictly Tomb Raider or Twisted Metal? Here's what I'll do. I can make it Twisted. If we make the goal, I'll let the audience vote. And if I don't do Tomb Raider tonight, I'll do Twisted Metal tonight, and I'll do Tomb Raider tomorrow. How about that? So another thing that people hit me with is we don't want all these, no. Well, okay. Well, Aegon says he just said they should provide the option if consumers want it. Well, that I don't agree with. If he's not defining customers as enough people to merit the investment, and I'm sure he knows that, maybe it goes without saying for him, but just because like a customer wants it, no, I don't agree. But if a customer, if everybody wants it or a lot of people want it enough to merit the cost, why not? KP says, I watched your last video on physical media. Why did you say that you understood gamers who were mad with physical? Is it because PS5 promised? Yes, 100%. I once that was pointed out to me, that one I totally get. I get their anger anyway if they like physical in general, even if there's like 10 of them. But certainly I think that's really bad form on the part of Sony to take it away from the PS5, given the long tail that's going to have, and given that they've sold a lot of people on that promise of this will play your disc, and that's why you bought it, an external drive or the drive that's embedded in it. That I think is worth going, okay, that should hurt their reputation, because how are you going to trust them? The PS6 stuff I think is totally fine. Why do you have this defeatist attitude? The Carpenter, I don't know what to do with you, champion. It's not a defeatist attitude. It's that it's a stupid fight, right? It's like the only battle is you want something and you're not going to get it, right? And I understand for you, that feels like my attitude is defeatist. And for me, what I'm saying is I like when companies go, we're here to serve the audience that likes what we do. And they look at the data and I don't even know how else to say it. there's not a, you know, your take would be that it's a defeatist attitude if I ever say a company should not do what a small slice or even one customer wants. They're not short order cooks. They make decisions every day. Okay, well then I don't know what you're saying. You're saying that's not what I'm saying, says the carpenter. I'm not talking about physical. Don't apply that to me. Well, I can't read your mind, and given that we are in the process in this moment of the show talking about that topic, forgive me for assuming. Ludo, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Concerning physical games disappearing, I'm more worried about the shops who actually sell games physically and will be forced to close their businesses. Well, there's not many of those left, but those shops are still able to sell cards with codes and boxes with codes. So that's going to be the reason you're actually going to see some really good fucking sales and competition. Yeah, I got it, Da Vinci. I will read the first 2 chapters, like I said. They clearly took a lot of time and consideration before deciding to cease printing game discs. Yeah. I feel like AAA games, says Foe, should definitely be required to release their games physically. No, they shouldn't. Who's going to require it? The government? It's the company has said, we don't make enough money on that, so we're not going to do it. If it doesn't matter, if the tranche is too small, then why are you still farming engagement about physical games after a month? Well, because people show up when I talk about certain topics, and this is one of them. You know, you got look at the chats. I guarantee you, when I look at the chat rate in a little bit after the show, this topic will probably have generated the most chats. You know, I'm basically doing exactly what I'm telling you that other companies do, which is, oh, the customers want X. There's some that want Y. Some would love for me to do a deep dive into the Kinetica level design philosophy, but there's not a lot of you guys compared to the number that want to talk about this. Anyway, whatever. You just want to argue at this point. I mean, I'm addressing your comments in good faith, and it seems like you just want to argue, and that's fine, but I'm moving on. Usain Bolt, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. He says, I'm homeless and I'm a game designer. Well, sadly, those two things are becoming more and more linked, sadly. Controlling production is a staple of communism, is it? Okay. Kinetica mentioned, I love that game, says Levi. Yeah, you and like 6 other people, and I call them every New Year's Eve to say Happy New Year. But here's the point, though. This is all marbled, baby. I'm the most prepared goddamn video game streamer in the world.
Fucking damn it.
It's true.
Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
All these people that are like, Jeffy, we never asked for $300 million games. That's mismanagement. And that's you guys on the development side. We never asked for any of this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, yeah, you fucking did. Here's Shuhei going, Sony shut down Japan's studio because they wanted to drive hardware sales with games like God of War and Uncharted. They wanted AAA games only, okay? Because not enough people were buying things like Loco Roco and Gravity Rush and Rain. They just weren't. It didn't mean that they weren't great games. It didn't mean that we all didn't love them. But there's a point where gamers need to pull their heads out of their asses. It's some of the most socially awkward conversations. It's like, what are you fucking doing? You understand it's a business, right? What are you doing? You didn't buy enough of them. What do you want from me? They're not going to make a new Supergirl movie, probably, because nobody went and saw it. I'm sure it has its fans. I haven't seen it yet. I might catch it on streaming. But don't get mad at me just because I'm like, well, yeah, it makes sense they're not going to make it, but I want them to make it. And I like them, and there's dozens of us that like it. Well, then you go make it. You open a business and you ignore what your customers are telling you with the money they spend. There's nothing noble, says the carpenter, about being an enlightened cynic. You may be right, but now it begs the question, when did I ever claim to be noble? Is that a thing? Makes you nostalgic for the before the internet time, says Cyanide. Sometimes it does. Usain Bolt, thank you for the clapping seal, buddy. You know, we appreciate it. All right. But anyway, yeah. And here's something else somebody put out. Then we will move on. I thought this was very telling. Someone says, is it cool? Yes. Is it worth an increase of the retail price? No. Well, I agree with that. You guys know the kind of games I play. But look at this. This is Red Dead 2 or whatever. And they're pointing out the fact that the actual spikes, when they get hammered, actually go down into the tracks. That didn't take 5 minutes. That probably took somebody on the team and then the testers a decent amount of time to get that working. Not like years, not like months, but you know, this is the shit that, you know, collectively brings the prices of games up. And I think it's great if you can do it, but I'm not looking for, you know, you guys know the kind of shit I play. Right? But this is where it's going. And this is what sells. So don't fucking tell me here's what I wish. Who's that person who says I'm not noble? What's their name? What are they called? The carpenter. Look, what I wish is gamers would go, you know what, Jaffe, you're fucking right. I don't like you're right. And you know what? Guess what, Carpenter? I don't like I'm right either. But yeah, I'm right. Colin's right. It doesn't mean I'm trying to be negative and harsh your fucking buzz on your protest or whatever. It's just, I'm just pointing out the obvious. That's all. You know, if you think you can actually change a multi-billion-dollar corporation's mind with only about 300,000 of you guys, then, you know, go ahead. But I've never seen that happen, and I don't understand how you expect that math to math. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and I do respect that. Like they've had its time. Maybe slow the pedal on the huge productions, unless they sell. But, you know, no one's confirmed it yet, but the word on the street was that the goddamn, what was it called? GTA 6, a discless game in a box with a code, has sold over 20 million pre-sales. If you look at the PlayStation top selling PlayStation games in every territory, at least for like the last 3 weeks, the $100 version was the number one selling game on the PSN. So why not just say, you know, Jaffe, you're right, and we're mad, and we just want to be mad for a while? Then I would say, oh, I get that. Yeah, go rage, man. But don't ask me to carry water for a poorly thought out idea. You know, because I'm sorry, you know, I'd be there if you were like, hey, we came up with a great idea of how we can do this, but building a petition off people's rage only to find there's not that many of you, well, that's not working, is it? Okay, let's move on. I want to move on and show you something pretty cool, by the way. Again, I am not anti, as you can see on the screen, retro game treasures. I've started collecting more. And if you like collectibles, I'm going to tell you something pretty cool. Coming up on Friday, I think they're going to start it on Friday. Retro Game Treasures does a podcast on retro games, obviously. And they're going to do giveaways. And if you're a subscriber, you get more entries. But you don't, because of legal reasons, you don't have to be a subscriber. But you do get more entries. And they're going to be like Jaffe Golden Ticket things. So you gotta, you know, so here's some examples. I will be sending a signed copy. Let me go big on this. This is the God of War demo disc. It actually has the first level with director's commentary that I did And Ariel, who's directing God of War Laufey, recorded it, and she may be on the track. I don't remember. But this was the giveaway at GameStop that really put us on the map and got people excited. This is very rare. This will be in there. We will be having signed copies, not this one because it's the original, of the original God of War design document that ultimately was called Dark Odyssey and what started the whole franchise. We'll be doing that. There might be a couple action figures. I'll be giving you a whole list over the next couple days. And obviously there are games as well, God of War, Twisted Metal, all that stuff that will be signed as well. More details to come, but that will be happening over on the Retro Game Treasure website on their podcast. So I'll give you more details. Did you see that 1 week long? So, hey, Jarvie says, did you see about the 1 week long PlayStation blackout? I personally don't see how that would affect PlayStation, even if it was successful. It's just a week long. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not going to matter. Thank you, Usain, for the clutch. Yeah, it's totally not going to matter. At all. But go again. I don't, you're defeatist. No, I'm not. If Mike Tyson in his prime is going to fight, I don't fucking know, Screech from Saved by the Bell. I'm not defeatist when I say, statistically speaking, Mike Tyson's probably going to kick the shit out of Screech. I'm just telling you what I think based on just the math, man. But, whatever. Okay. Anyway, that's coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, here you go. This is what we were going to stream tonight. If we make our goal, we are 11 super chats away from making our goal at $5 or more. If we do this will be tonight. But if we make our goal, we'll do a poll and we'll play Twisted Metal 5 instead of this when we get home from the movie this evening. But this is what we were going to do tonight. This is from Retro Game Treasure. I have absolutely been really interested because it ties into all the stuff we're talking about, y'all. It ties into the people that just want, can we just have games again? And we don't need all, I'll get into it when I play it either tonight or tomorrow. But regardless, tonight we will be doing a late night gaming stream, either this or Twisted Metal 5, if we make our goal. Why do I look hungry in the thumbnail? Because I'm always hungry, man. I'm always hungry. You'll put your money on Dustin Diamond. Excellent. I think it's good. Smart. Usain Bolt, thank you so much, buddy, for the clutch. And thank you so much for, I think you sent the press F. Thanks for that, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. What else we got? Now, I was going to show this, but I think I'm going to save this for tomorrow's Gabbin' and Games. This guy, Coffee and Chocolate Games, he makes videos with, I think it's his daughter. And he kind of, got on my radar this weekend because he tweeted that I said games aren't art. And I'm like, that's really not what I said at all. What are you talking? That doesn't go towards the goal, Awesome Tatum. It's got to be 5 or more or it won't count. But thank you so much for that, Awesome Tatum. I appreciate it very, very much. And I told him, I said, well, I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I'll go through and we'll react to some of it. He does have a couple of interesting points when it comes to narrative and why modern single player games may not be as good as we remember them, blah, blah, blah. So this will be what we do tomorrow, I think. Let me see. We'll save that. Let's get into some games for the moment. Those two are linked together. Big Walk. Everybody's it's a big week for games, you guys. It's a big goddamn cockadoodie week for games. Big Walk is getting great reviews, 93 so far. Everybody who's played it says it is really fucking good. We're just gonna scrub through. We'll scrub through GameSpot's review. Big Walk is the best co-op game I've played in a long time, they say. First, though, let's be clear. We should count we should count the 5 memberships, right? Fuck it. We're going to count the 5 gifted members. Should we? I don't know. You tell me, Anna. Did we count it or not? Because if we count it, it's not going to count up here. right? Because up the goal at the top still has us at 9 out. Fuck it, let's count it. I can't change it, but let's just say we need 6 super chats at $5 or more, or 6 more members, and we will do it. We will do it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna watch this. Not all of it. I just want to scrub through it. But people say this is amazing.
By inventively stripping down the...
We'll just watch the opening and the ending. That's all I care.
In the 3 years since Big Walk was announced, I've heard it referred to as a co-op walking sim, a puzzle adventure game, and most recently, Friend Slop. After spending 20 plus hours in the world of the Australian Outback inspired game, it's no easier to succinctly define it, because it's not actually like anything else. By inventively stripping down the medium to its most essential parts, it invites novices and experts alike to build it back up from scratch, coloring in its mysterious world with their friends by their side. We need a new word for whatever kind of game Big Walk really is, but here's one for now. Unforgettable.
Yes, you're drowning.
Big Walk is a game about walking and talking with friends. In groups of 2 to 12 players, you'll trek across a vast and open island full of puzzles and mysteries. This intentionally basic setup belies the depth you'll discover the more time you spend in its world. After a tutorial area teaches you the basics, you'll unlock virtually the entire world, and from there, your path ahead won't be the same as any other. Unlike Peaks Island, which is randomly generated every day, Big Walk's island is handcrafted, and it shows. Every inch of the world feels intentional, from the switchbacks down the mountainsides meant to give you the hint of a far-off landmark, to the radio stations you can come across, each of them playing their own special song that you can carry with you if you're in the mood for some music on your journey. Sometimes you'll even take pieces from one puzzle to solve others. In small ways, puzzles change depending on your group size. The host maintains the save data across sessions, allowing players to join or drop when they may need to, but different versions of the island exist for parties of 2, 3, or 4 plus, with slight tweaks to each puzzle to accommodate the number of people in the group.
On Thursday.
Some puzzles will be a bit easier, with more people putting their heads together, while others will be much more chaotic. But through it all, there's a remarkable clarity to the visual language of Big Walk. You'll quickly understand what's most vital to navigating its world, but everything else there is to know will be built on a foundation you make together with your friends.
All right, so I'm not
establishing your own vocabulary.
Ending real quick.
You can still enjoy it, but you'll be holding it back from reaching the height of its powers.
If you play by
While
yourself,
I won't spoil them in this video, Big Walk's incredible focus culminates in a final stretch of puzzles that encapsulates everything you'll have seen and done until that point in a genuinely mind-blowing way. My kids and I spent over a dozen hours together solving many difficult puzzles and inventing a language which we often relied on, only for the final iteration of the game's core concepts to be so slight in its adjustments, yet so awesomely rewarding in its execution. It dared us to put together everything we've taught each other, recalling our entire journey. I was utterly floored by the way this area masterfully fuses the game's repeated actions.
All right, you get the idea. So yeah, this is coming out this week. It is a very big week for releases. This is sitting at a 93 right now, so I am excited. Is it coming on PS Plus? You were saying day one. That's great. If it is, then more people will have a chance to join us and play. But I will be playing it on this stream sometime. I think this comes out tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, Friend Slop is great. I mean, you know, it's kind of sucks that this is the problem. This is the problem with this shit, is that we don't need $300 million games. Okay, here's this. That's Friend Slop. Well, what do you want? You know, shut up. I don't mean to be so cranky, but I'm sick of fucking the contradiction. You know, it's okay if you love the expensive games, but stop bitching about them costing too much and taking too long and this and that and the other. God damn. Just play some shit. Fuck. Anyway, Friend Slop's great. Here's what we got coming out this week, though. Here we go. It's a big week. So today, nothing I really know of, but maybe you're excited for these. Beast of Reincarnation is tomorrow. I saw Morgan in our Discord not really she's kind of being not thrilled with it, but I've heard people say it's really, really good. Beast of Reincarnation and Big Walk are the two for tomorrow. Let's see. The Division Resurgence. I don't know what that is. Then we've got Marvel Tokon is coming out on Thursday, which I am absolutely getting and very excited. Maybe we'll do Big Walk and Marvel Tokon together. Expedition Samurai, which I have early access to, is coming out on Friday. Don't forget, we are going to be streaming the THQ digital showcase this Friday. I believe that will be in there along with a lot of other really, really cool games. But the other game, by the way, I want to show you, then I want to talk briefly about a Sony game that is coming out this week, which didn't make their list, which I just want to tell you is excellent, at least the demo. This guy, Tainted Pack Games, makes really grindhousey, cheap, but really disturbing video games. And his new one's coming out. It's called The Skin Stapler. I'm going to show you a 35-second trailer. I will be playing this in the stream as well. It's fucking, at least the demo is really, really great. Awesome Tatum says, I'm playing Beast of Reincarnation after dinner tonight. How are you getting it? I didn't know it was available yet. KP Projections, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I think people want you to make Enter the Alligator. It doesn't, there is no sense with some of you guys when the joke is over, right? Like that doesn't matter whether it's Blinks or the alligator thing. It's like, it just saying it over and over. You don't understand that there's a diminishing returns. It's actually kind of a very bold and brave and brilliant kind of comedy, which is people are sick of hearing about it, but I'm going to even do it more. I love that. I love that. All right, here we go. The Skin Stapler. Here we go.
Every night, I ask myself the same question. How much farther can we fall?
What's that smell? It's the hat. Dick Slater? I'm not talking to this maniac.
A maniac is on the loose. This city's drowning in misery. Murder was just waiting for its turn.
This isn't what I signed up for, but all right, Slater.
I should really question why this is my life.
Burn in hell, Capital City. Every night,
if you have Steam, give it a play. Give the demo a play. It's free. I'm starting to get this idea though, that is like, because everybody always says, well, when you do YouTube, you have to niche down. Maybe, yeah. K-Nub says, Jaffe, I gave you my money. Be nice. That was not part of the deal. That was all here. You will always get my honest response. That's what you get. And we love you, KP Projections, but come on now. What do you want me to do? Boomer slob. Shut up, whore. Listen to me. The point about this is that, maybe you have to niche down. Maybe I should just do a whole channel about low budget horror games. Get that niche. Because that way people who come, they're not going to be like, Wendy, the graphics are terrible. It's the boomer slop. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just enjoy something for once. Okay. Let's show you though. So Tokon is coming out, right? Now I want to share with you guys. I am excited for this. I played the beta. Was I good at it? Of course not. But I was better at it the second beta. I played the first one too, the closed one, but I played the open beta. This feels more to me. I'm not a fighting guy, so don't fucking come at me when I say this feels like Mortal Kombat. When I say it feels like Mortal Kombat, what I mean is that for me, I'm able to kind of understand the rhythm. I'm able to understand how to get good, even though I probably never will get good, right? So I am excited for this. I loved playing it. I will be buying this day one. So, hey, by the way, all you people that say I hate on Sony, that's 2 Sony good news stories today. I love the Bautista angle if they're actually gonna hire him for Kratos, and this is a first party exclusive. They didn't develop it, but it's published by them first party on PC, and the goddamn cockadoodie PlayStation 5. I'm not even a fighting game fan, but this is really bringing me in, says Tatum. Yeah, I'm a casual fan, but it's funny because Eternal says the story mode shown was boring. I never expected it to be anything other than it is, that are just kind of moving comic panels. But the fact that you can play it single player for a 10-hour campaign, unlock things, start to really understand it, and then go online, that's more than a lot of fighting games do for me. So yeah, this is out anyway. So this is exciting, but it does lead us into, I know, here's the deal. When I talk to you, you'll know when I take on a sponsor just for money. Okay. Cause every sponsor I take on, I think is genuinely cool. Right. And I'm about to, so I'm going to make a video about this sponsor in the next week, having absolutely nothing to do with them being a sponsor. Right. But you'll know, cause I turn it into a story because I think it's that fucking cool. In Tokon, the guy, you may know this guy. His name is I think it's not Sandeep, it's Sandeep. I don't know how you pronounce it. He lives in the UK. What do you want for those people? Ted Lasso. I don't fucking know. The point is, though, let me show you. I'm going to show you the ad that's going to start running. Okay. This is going to be the ad that's going to start running for his company that we're going to be doing here. I want to show you guys this. And you'll understand why I'm bringing up Tokon in just a second. Here you go. Now, I will be talking over it. This is like the Retro Game Treasure ad. It'll just run every 20 minutes or whatever. So this guy, his company, does a couple of things, not the least of which is Too Old for Gaming, makes game manuals for new video games, right? These are manuals that they don't make anymore. They don't fucking make them anymore. It's not worth it. Too expensive. But people like me and a little older or younger came up loving the goddamn video game manuals. We loved them. They were, you read them in the car. They gave you more lore. They got you into the game. It wasn't, if there was something the developer really needed you to know how to play, that's what they make. Let me just show you two of them I've got. These are really fucking good. And I'm going to put you, by the way, I'm going to give you guys a chance to win let's say $40 PlayStation gift card on Friday. Okay. By putting your name on a wheel today in the next 4 days. And then on Friday, we'll spin it and whoever wins gets a $40 gift card. But here's the Resident Evil manual for Requiem. There's no manual when you buy the goddamn game, but it goes into character. It has how to play. It's the story. It's got behind the scenes art. It is very, very cool. Where's this? It goes in. It's the stuff. It's the stuff that I used to fucking love. I remember really laying into Sony and saying, not that they were pushing back, but I was like, I want great manuals for Twisted Metal Black and for God of War. And thank God we were able to get them back then. They were color and they were big and I wrote them with the team, and really they were things that you could read while you were excited to play the game. Here's their Astrobot one, right? Very cute. This manual and the Stellar Blade manual actually made me want to jump back in and play this game again. And you know what? By the way, people were like, Jeff, you're a fucking idiot. I got really pissed because the game Astrobot did not explain the challenge courses. And so I was under the impression if I wanted to get all the robots, I had to do everything. The manual explains it, right? That's what manuals used to do. Explain this shit. Anyway, Too Old for Gaming. And here's the deal. This is their website, right here. Now, put on your thinking caps, fellas, because you're going to get a chance right now to go on the wheel that I'm spinning Friday. You'll get a $40 PlayStation gift card. I'm going to put the link to their, it's down below as well in this video, but if you're watching live, through the power of live, you should go on over there, because in a minute I'm going to ask you questions. But first I want to show you the other thing they do. They make a magazine. They publish a magazine called Retro PlayStation Magazine. This is a great issue. Goes into God of War. It covers all the retro, all you guys that are out there like, I want it to be like it used to be. Well, Retro Game Treasures, Retro PlayStation Magazine, these guys are out there actually making it happen for you. PK says, yeah, Hidden Gem says, God of War 1's manual was pretty sick. Love the interaction between Zeus, Athena, and Ares. 100%. I wanted that in there. Absolutely. Are they allowed to sell that without getting DMCA? I don't know. The fuck do I know? But it's great. Look at this, though. Demon Souls. They go into a retrospective on the great Demon Souls. Come on. Beautifully laid out. They have a new Kickstarter for a new issue coming out pretty soon. Time Splitters, Tomb Raider, Sly Cooper, PlayStation Plus Classics Catalog, 2024 Game of the Year. Let's see. I'm not going to... number 10 was Time Splitters 2. These are the ones you can get on PSN. Time Splitters 2 is number 10. Number 9 is Daxter. Number 8 is Medieval. I'm not going to spoil the other ones. I'm going to look at the first one, though, and see what they... All right. So let's go to the website for a minute, right? This is their website, Too Old for Gaming. Here's a bunch of the manuals. The Resident Evil, these manuals, it's $7. So if there's a game you want the beautiful art and all that, it'll cost you 7 ducats. That ain't too much dough. But there's a God of War one. I have a Bloodborne one. I'll show you guys later in the week. It's excellent. Here's the Stellar Blade one. So you can kind of see some nicer shots if we go, let me kind of go. Yeah, there we go. Right. So, I mean, it's good stuff. It's really polished. It's really well made. You may have heard Colin talk about these. He's buddies with the guy who makes these. But it's really good stuff. Here's a bunch of the manuals: Helldivers 2, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and it's third party as well. Oh shit, they do them for old ones too? That I didn't know. Does it have the manual smell? No, it's got a very glossy magazine slick smell. It would be nice for a manual smell. That's extra. Okay, here's what we're doing. If you want a chance to win the $40 PlayStation gift card, here's the website. Go to the website right now. Okay, because I'm going to take it off the screen and you're not going to see it again. But here's what I need you to do. You go to the website. K-Nub says, Jaffe, you're a fucking idiot. You goddamn right. You goddamn right, you son of a bitch. Go to the website and see this over here. It says sales 8274. I want you to click on that. And it's going to take you to this page. All right. Now, I am now going to go to main screen. I'll give you a couple of minutes to go there. In the meantime, we'll talk about some other stuff. And when you go there, I'm going to ask you a question. In fact, I'll show it to you while we're waiting. I'm going to ask you a question about something on this page. Just some games, baby. Just some games. The power of live streaming. You can only do this live streaming if you're watching after the fact. Obviously, the contest is ended. Yeah, no, K-Nubs, I know you're right. I just popped it up there. I'll do it later, tomorrow's show. But anyway, what do we got? These are really great. These are really fucking great. But yeah, it's really interesting. I re-downloaded Stellar Blade because I was like, I'd only played the demo and I got the manual for it. And I was like, it does what a manual should do. I want to be back in that world. I want to be back in that experience. So I'm going to be replaying that sometime in the next couple months. Okay. So there are we all on the page? If we are, great. If you're not, maybe you try again next time. This will put you on the list. The list is a wheel. The wheel spins Friday for a $40 PlayStation Network gift card or Steam or Xbox, whatever you want. But that's the idea. Okay. I mean, it's a video game, not whatever you want, but like a $40 video game card. Okay. I am looking at that page. And I want to know which game out of all of the games on this page, see how this works? I'll give you a second to now you go, oh, I should go be looking at the page. You goddamn right. You should be looking at the fucking page. Which game, first answer I see that gets it correctly, and I need the full title of the game. The full title of the game. Which game on this page has werewolves as the bad guys or one of the bad guys? Which title on this page from Too Old for Gaming has werewolves as one of the key bad guys. I need the full title. Thinky, Mr. Blinky. All right. I'll see what comes up first. But anyway, no, we should absolutely push that goal. But right now we are, what did we say, Anna? We're 5 or 6. Gun gets it. The Order 1866. You goddamn right. Gun is on the wheel for Friday. This game right here, of which they have the beautiful manual of this game, goes into the story, the narrative, all that good stuff. This is the game that has werewolves as the main bad guys, and Gun is now on the wheel for Friday, which will allow him to win the $40 gift card. There you go. Resident Evil Village says Busted Horn Blacksmith. Well, that's interesting. It does, but I don't know if that game was on this page. And if it was, then there were 2 right answers. They do. It was. No, not Requiem, Village. Yeah, Village was not on this page, was it? No. So it was only the Order. It was only the Order. Okay. All right, we have 6 left. Village was not on here. Even if it was, he got to it first. Oh shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now this is interesting. We have a bit of a conundrum here. If we see Resident Evil Village on this page, this will go to Busted Blackhorn because the Gun got it wrong, and he did not correct it before Busted Horn Blacksmith wrote Resident Evil Village. But I don't see Resident Evil Village on this page. I could be wrong. I see RE4. I see RE Requiem. Yeah, there's no Village. So it still goes to Gun. But I don't, it might be different, but this is, we got to go by the page I see. If you just go to number 1 on that list, tomorrow I'll send the link. We'll do it again tomorrow. And we'll figure out how to get around the fact that mobile shows something different then. Or we won't do it tomorrow and I can put you both on the list. We'll figure it out. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But right now, Gun is on the list. Okay. Okay. So anyway, that's our new sponsor. They're delightful. We'll be hearing more from them this month. But I really do recommend going on over there, checking out their store. Here's the link one more time. Too Old for Gaming. Here you go. Oh, and they do a lot more too. They have Sony. They have other Sony year by year visual journey. Sorry, PlayStation of Visual History. They publish a lot of boutique PlayStation hardcore fan content. So I definitely think they are onto something. Recommended you check them out. Too Old for Gaming. Here's the link, and we shall move on. Dark Shadowy Place. I don't know if you were here earlier. We covered, we showed the box, baby. Thank you for that. God of War has werewolves. No, it doesn't. What if all of Jotunheim in the world Laufey Ghosts? Oh, I don't care. I really don't care. There's nothing about that game right now that interests me. Now, just like the Bautista casting, I may become interested in it, but I'm not interested in that game right now. What I am interested in is, hey, Christmas is just around the corner. Is it? Yeah. What are you going to do about it? You going to decorate the tree? Maybe. How? With this. Come on now. PS1 startup Christmas ornament available now. I love it. You know what else I love? Somebody sent me this over the weekend. I think it might have been Eddie T was the Twisted Metal diorama. This was, I didn't know they were making this. This is great. Look at this fucking thing. It's got the little HUD display. There's the homing missile, the turbo. Isn't that neat? They also have one for, it's fucking beautiful. What's this? Same thing. They also have one for Metal Gear and one for something else. I don't know what the other one is, but yeah, Tyler says he has it. Yeah, I want to get one. yeah, no, I mean, if you're looking forward to Laofe Eternal, that's great. Okay. I'm going to give you some very rare lore from PlayStation first party. I mean, really fucking rare. To the point that I would be stunned if I've ever even mentioned this. This is the Judas Priest album, Screaming for Vengeance. This was a couple weeks ago, was like on this day, this album, very beloved metal album, was released. And we had moved from Foster City to open Sony Santa Monica. And we were in the same building for about 3 months that the Naughty Dog guys were in at the time, or maybe it was the sister building across the way. And we were trying to figure out what we were going to make as our first game. And I was sort of spending some time going, maybe we should make a new Warhawk. And a guy who is one of the new designers on Twist Metal Black at Sony, Steve Sergioli, showed me this album, and I had never seen the album before for whatever reason. I'd never fucking seen it. And I was like, oh my God, that's the Warhawk. Let's do a game with this as the fucking, I mean, I'm not saying this would have been good, but here was the idea. We were going to basically design a ship for Warhawk that was more anthropomorphic like this. And it actually was like a, what do they call it? Like a transformer or whatever, but it looked like a fucking eagle and all that shit. And, or hawk, sorry. And the idea was that it was going to be mission based, and every mission was set in a famous time of something that went wrong that fucked up society. So like it was going to open at the JFK assassination, and you were going to have to save JFK from getting killed, or you would go back to, the fall of Troy or whatever. And it was going to be a shooter, but it was going to be a stealth shooter. So there were other enemies coming through time to stop you, and you were having to sort of sneak around while you were flying, like hovering and going under ledges and all this shit. And it never got more than like 5 meetings, and we said, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not fucking do that. But anyway, I saw this and it reminded me of that, and I figured, I don't think I've told that story. That would have been, you never know. That could have been what Warhawk 2 actually was, instead of the game that I think a lot of people love, which is the multiplayer one that came from Dylan and those guys at Lightbox, or I think it started with Incognito and then it went to Lightbox, but whatever. All right. Okay. Hello, Courage. How you doing, buddy? All right. So listen, here's the deal. We are 6 super chats at $5 or more away, or 1 super chat for $30. And I will do a late night stream tonight when I get back from the motion picture show, The Ice Cream Man. My guess is this is not going to be a very good movie. In fact, I don't know if it's no longer embargoed, but they embargoed it. And a bunch of people put their reviews up today, and the studio got mad and they took them down, and they're like, you're not supposed to publish those until tonight. Okay. Like IGN took theirs down and everything, but apparently the people who saw the reviews were like, people fucking hate this fucking thing. But we're going to go see it anyway. So I will be there. And then when I get home, if we do make the deal, and I'll check, you can send it as super thanks too. So if you watch this after the fact and I get home, cause we're not going to make it by the end of the show, but if we get it by the end of the show, or when I get home and I look at the super thanks, I will do a late night stream. If not, I will be back tomorrow. I will be doing a game stream tomorrow and a proper Gabbin and Games tomorrow as well. But that's the gist, baby. That is the show. That is Gabbin and Games for Monday. We got Gun on the wheel for a $40 gift card on Friday. We're going to do that at least 3 or 4 more times this week before we spin the wheel on Friday. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But again, thank you to our brand new sponsor, Too Old for Gaming. Go check them out. They're down below. Thank you, of course, to Retro Game Treasure. I will be playing this game very, very soon. Let me find it. I have the thumbnail. I have really gotten a lot out of going back and playing this game. Tomb Raider 2, one of the games they sent me this month. And I'm excited to talk about it with you guys in terms of, I think we've really lost something in game design. So, okay. That's all we got, boys. That's all we got. Be well, be safe. Energy, thank you. All of you guys. Let's go to the top fans today based on commenting and money and all this stuff. We got number 10, Rocker Matt. Number 9, Danny Sullivan of the Cincinnati Sullivans. Number 8, Awesome Tatum. Number 7, Mr. Rob. Number 6, Astro Zombies, our newest member. Number 5, KB Projections. Number 4, Cyanide. Number 3, Usain Bolt. Number 2, Ludo. Number 1, K-Nubs. Now, I'm going to put Awesome, I think it was Awesome Tatum as well, because this only does super chats. It doesn't do, unfortunately, it doesn't do memberships, but he was very generous giving memberships. Thank you for that, buddy. So yeah, if I get home tonight and, no, that's not true, Addie Pie, you'll have to fucking watch the video to see, or watch the live stream. If I get home tonight and the super thanks make up the difference and we get $30 worth of super chats, collectively or singularly, we will do it this evening. Oh shit, JSD, really? Oh my God. I'll tell you what I did. I don't know if you have this. I got one. He says I have to reset my password for payment. Someone tried to hack me recently. I got it's called 1Password. Man, that saved me so much time. Now all my passwords are they're just batshit crazy. There's like, good luck figuring this one out. But all you need is 1Password, and it, it's a password key. It's not nothing new, but all right. Bitwarden is better, says Gun. Well, I'm out here shilling for the goddamn whatever. The game tonight will either be Tomb Raider 2 or Twisted Metal 5. If we make it tonight, I'll do a poll at the start of the show and we'll do one of the two. But tomorrow, if we don't do Tomb Raider tonight, we're definitely going to be doing Tomb Raider tomorrow because I want to talk about it. Submachine Official. Damn. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. That gets us, we are literally $10 away and we will be doing it. Then we might as well do the poll. Let me take a sip of the, thank you so much, Submachine Official. Always so generous to our channel. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that very, very much. That's cool. Thanks, buddy. Okay, let me take a sip of the bubbly. Hang on. We did it. We did it. Ludo, thank you so goddamn much. All right, let's we got Ludo, Submachine, Awesome, and a bunch of people contributing to these super chats tonight and to the members tonight. Thank you so much. We're going to do it. We're doing a late night stream. Let's put up a poll. Tonight, late night gaming. What to stream? Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Twisted Metal 5. Tomb Raider 2. I'm going to let the poll go while I go to the people who have funded this show, and I want to say thank you to those guys. K-Nubs, thank you. Astro, thank you. Cyanide, thank you. Ludo, thank you. K-Nubs again. KP Projections, thank you. K-Nubs, Ludo, thank you guys. Usain Bolt, of course, thank you, buddy. Marco Wynn says, whole Spider-Man movie on X, LOL. Yeah, I heard that Twitter got it leaked this weekend, and about 6 million people got to watch it before it got taken down. I didn't. I saw it in the theater. Thanks very much. Awesome Tatum. Thank you so fucking much, buddy. KP Projections, K-Nub, Submachine Official. No, Sub Machina. I already learned this once. Sub Machina. And then Ludo coming in at the end to bring us to where we need to be. All right, let's see where the poll is right now. No, I'm not. I'm going to come home and stream. If no one votes Twisted Metal 5, there is no God, says KP. Well, right now it seems to be ahead. It looks like I'll give it 10 more seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's Twisted Metal 5. It's no, not Twisted Metal Black. It's the new one. So here's what I would say, Rocker Matt. Can you send me the latest and greatest link in Discord, and I will make sure that's ready to go tonight. So here's what's going to happen. Thank you guys very, very much. I will be at the movies from 7 o'clock, ends at about 8:45, 9 o'clock. We'll probably run over to the bookstore for 20 minutes. I should be home. So 7 to 8, 8 to 9, then 9. So I'll be home about 10:30. So we'll be like around 10:45 is when we're going to start this up. It'll be Twisted Metal 5. It'll be here on this very channel. I hope to see you. If not, you can watch it. I'll keep up the video on demand, of course. I don't think I ever had the heart to play a non-Jaffe Twisted Metal, says K-Nubs. I played some of them. They, you know, when again, it is absolutely no one's problem except, you know, the customer should always do what the customer wants for themselves. I've always said that. But I happen to know what a goddamn effort that team did to make at least 3 in like 8 months. That doesn't mean you should enjoy it. You should never take any of that into account. But for me, I'm like, okay, well, they did some fucking miracle work on that. But no, I didn't care for them when I played them either, though. So, all right, delightful. Rocker Matt, I don't know. Let me get let's get the game played first. We'll be playing that tonight. I'll see you guys around 10:30, 10:45. Meantime, thank you all. Anna G, thank you so much, Anna G, for making this happen. 3 and 4 were not phoned in. They were just, I've told that story, right? The guys in Utah, not Scott, but like his bosses were like, fuck you, Sony. We're going to fuck you guys over if you don't let us have the rights or something. And Sony said, no, go fuck yourself. And so they went off and they made Road Trip, which is arguably easily the better game, but the brand was everything. So the brand kicked the shit out of it. And 3 and 4 sold really great. And, you know, nobody ever heard of Road Trip again. Did I like Small Brawl? Small Brawl was my idea, but it was very different. I left Small Brawl to focus on helping maybe with Connecticut and then God of War. Small Brawl was supposed to be like a body R-rated Mad Magazine RC card game. And I just really tuned out when they started making it like kiddie and shit, but I hear it's really good. I know Dave Goodrich worked on it. And Steve Sarajoli worked on it. And apparently it's the game they made right after Twisted Metal 2. And so it has a lot of that DNA in it and everything, but I've really never played it for more than, 5 or 10 minutes. So, all right. Joker, good to see you. We're on the way out, though. We'll be back later tonight streaming Twisted Metal 5. In the meantime, that's it. Be well, be safe, and thank you guys very, very much. See you soon.
I would like to rear up and jackknife my legs and kick you both with my foot bone.